Talking about the sale of alcohol in connection to the rising COVID-19 infections. Barry Bateman is out in Pretoria to check on whether liquor stores are still following the rules. Barry, good morning. And yes, we were just talking to Lucky and Timane from the National Liquor Traders Council just about, what they want and how they actually plan to make sure that members are complying. What are you seeing at the moment?
Well, we're outside the Liquor City here in Groenkloof in Pretoria, where I've been speaking to some of the people that have been buying their liquor here today, and I've got the manager or the owner. We'll speak to him in a short bit, but just on my observations that all the rules are being complied with. You can't enter the store without having your mask on. You have to sanitize your hands as you enter, and there are strict protocols inside that are being adhered to, and people are going about their business in a safe environment. But the big concern is this possibility that the president could impose stricter controls on the sale of liquor and what impact that could have on businesses like this. So, as I said, with me is the owner, Charles van Roy, of this Liquor City. Charles, we had a hard lockdown earlier this year, and it had a significant impact on businesses. Firstly, give me an idea of how hard it hit you, and would you be able to withstand another lockdown like that?
Good morning, Barry, and good morning to your viewers as well. It's been a tough year, Barry, that much I can tell you. The first lockdown, I think that lasted probably about 2 months, which was a major setback in terms of revenue generated. We lost millions in terms of revenue. And, then to try and recover from it, we're talking bank loans in order to cover our overheads, which need to be repaid at some stage. So that's where we're at. To answer your question, another hard lockdown for us in our industry to close down completely, I don't know how we'll survive it. I honestly don't know.
But the concern from government, and perhaps you've seen it yourself, is that people aren't adhering to the measures that are already in place. What do you believe would be an appropriate response or mechanism put in place to try and get people to adhere to the measures that might not include banning liquor?
Indeed, Barry, you see, this is where we have to differentiate between us being off-consumption premises versus the on-consumption. We're talking taverns, bars, restaurants, etc. Now, we are currently trading Mondays to Thursdays, 10 to 6. So the shortened hours, as opposed to the bars and restaurants being open 7 days a week, selling liquor from 10 till 10. And I think this is creating, to a large extent, the super spreader events. And that should be controlled. I think they should rather control to a large extent in order to avoid the super spreaders, because our typical customer will purchase liquor from our stores and they will go home and enjoy a quiet evening with maybe your neighbors or friends, only a handful of people involved there. That's my take on it.
If there was to be an additional condition on the sale of liquor from your shop, what do you think would be reasonable?
Again, Barry, I think, the shortening the hours, that is, they were talking, there was mention of, limiting stock to customers. That is an option to look at. But I sincerely think that, shortening the hours, that's making it worse, because you're going to see it's early in the morning right now. By 4 o'clock this afternoon, we'll have queues running all the way down here, people trying to pile in here, and that creates a problem for us in terms of social distancing, etc. Then we control the queue, because we are 100% compliant in terms of, the COVID regulations. But that creates a problem. If you spread it out, I think it'll ease it. But the main concern is, I think, it's festive season. Let's not lose sight of that. So people want to get together and they want to party. And if it carries on until 10 o'clock tonight, and then people also get into their vehicles behind the steering wheels, I think that creates major problems.
All right, there we go. Thank you very much, Charles. Well, Uveka, I've lost the line to the officer. I can't hear you, but just to sum that up, there is concern from the industry. A look at a store owner like this here is concerned. Another hard lockdown and further restrictions could be the end of business, and this would not apply just to here, but throughout the sector.
We'll leave it there for now, Barry Bateman. Thanks very much. We get the idea of what liquor traders would like to see happen out there. It is, but let's see what happens. It's all a matter of life and death at the moment. That's what it is. More on the day's top